And yeah, we should be live, and I can actually get rid of the overlay image straight away because it's already loaded the game. Frank says, with this warm weather I could use a cold wash. Yes, couldn't we all? It's been kind of toasty here.
Ooh. Without going into getting too spicy, the next level they've got queued up for us is pretty topical to what's been going on.
Oh. Well,
yes.
Get started then.
Let's
join a play.
Do some cleaning. I just, for some reason, I need to start the job before I can invite you.
Yes. It's time to start. Come on, Bezek.
Loading, loading, loading. There we go.
Can I join?
Disco in.
Let me in.
Turn on. Yes.
Nope, it's not working.
It is on.
Nope. Nope, no Bezek. Can I join through Steam, maybe? Can I just like... Yeah. I just
invite disco.
I don't know why it's not working like it normally would. Right, there we... Maybe? No.
Well, I told Steam... Oh, there we go. Finally. Yay.
It's doing something. Oh, it's the mayor's house! Yeah, I already did this level.
Like I said, topical to current events.
Oh yeah, this is the one where it's like, you can't come in, you're just gonna power wash from afar. And it's like, you're a dick.
Yes.
Do we have the extra long nozzle? I think we gotta buy it.
Well, I've just purchased one of them for the Prime Vista 1500. Okay. So
wait, the Prime Vista 50? No, we want the 3000. That's what we're using.
Yes. Well, let's see if it will let us buy that, because it gives us the 1500 free, 3000 extra long. There we go.
Haha.
That should be better.
Yes.
Yes. Extra long.
Still a bit of a pain in the ass trying to do it from a distance.
Indeed. But yes, things are looking a bit Sri Lankan here at the moment.
Well, you're going to have to actually read the text messages out to us, because I think that's still not a thing in multiplayer.
Yes. Well, if they give us some, I will read them out. I don't think we had too much for the mayor, but we will see.
Yeah, I do remember the mayor kind of yapping in your ear while you were trying to clean things.
True. Then again, I've always ignored them. I always ignored the mayor, even when I was doing my single player playthrough. Not a fan. Not a fan.
Fair enough.
I entirely sympathise with whoever egged his place. There we go. Speaking of, Mayor Jefferson the 13th. Colossal number of eggs, isn't it?
Yeah, what the hell did he do to people?
Well, other than assorted corruption.
Is the cat around?
Said he's never seen such a sustained attack of eggs.
Is the cat on this map? Oh, that's the invisible wall there. Because the cat is on a lot of maps, or little paw prints.
Yeah, there's over 100 of them. Launched over a period of 15 minutes. That's pretty slow. Just go running around. Looking for cats.
Oh, yeah, I don't see any cats. Make sure Bezek's clean.
No. Go away.
Alright. Let's just clean this down house. I really do not like having to do the distance thing. It's really fucking annoying. Let's have the swirly.
Saying that my audio is crap, Disco.
Your audio's crap? I mean, you're not different to how you normally are. But let's...
Yeah, so I wonder if OBS is having issues.
Like, crap as in quiet, or just crap as in... Let's turn you up.
Like echo from afar, apparently.
Echo from... Alright, I'll turn you up a bit. That's all I can really do.
But, yeah, I can't imagine any changes from normal.
Yeah, I don't know. You're actually really loud in my ears now, so I'm gonna have to turn my headset down. They're just gonna be like, loud Bezek!
I had to turn my headset down a bit anyway, because...
Trim?
Well, no.
By any chance?
No.
Oh, well, that's normally why I have to turn my headset down.
Understandable. He reads.
He's a little on the loud side.
Yes. No. So, the headphones are so good that the microphone can pick up other voices, and because it's voices, all the noise suppression on that particular audio channel is like, yeah, that's totally Bezek talking. What do you mean he sounds like a wee Scottish lass? No. Still Bezek talking. It's like, no, I need that audio track to have only one audio source. Oh, Mayor Jeff Jefferson's back. The sheer variety of hue in the yolks. I see 3, Jeff.
Oh dear. I'm gonna start egging his house in a minute.
From a rich ochre to an almost lemon yellow.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna add to the eggs in a minute.
Entirely understandable.
At least it's a bit more forgiving with the stuff that's really far away, because can you imagine if there's just like one teeny tiny bit and it's like I can't get close enough to freaking
quite mesmerizing, set against my pure white alabaster pillars.
Well, we could leave it there if he wants. You know?
Yeah. In fact, we can rearrange everything. He can have infinitely more dirt and eggs.
Yeah. So this is the corrupted asshole man.
Yes. Like I said, quite topical to what's happening in Sri Lanka currently. We'll be back to this house later, of course.
Oh, we will. I actually haven't been back here yet in my single player.
Spoil it then, but we will come back to this house for a project.
Okay, does it get egged again? I won't be surprised if it gets egged again.
No, it's a different project, but he does deserve it.
Mm.
Sadly, this is one of the cleanest buildings we've seen so far on the playthrough.
Yeah, but I don't actually like this map very much.
No, it's quite restricted.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't buy all that many. Okay.
Daisy Peachy says, "Say, does your works van have a logo? Only I want a job doing, but don't want anyone else finding out."
That's a bit weird. It's like,
yeah.
I need some shady power washing business. It's like, okay.
Jeff Jefferson's back. I'm sure you know that my poor old Ulysses, the mayoral cat, is still missing. Keep the cat, get rid of the mayor.
To be fair, the cat's in like every map. I don't know how he's managed to miss it.
Yeah. Speaking of topical to current events, hasn't the Mouser-in-Chief at Downing Street outlasted 3 Prime Ministers now?
Yeah, I think so. This point, we'll just have the cat, I think. It can do a worse job.
Well, in Australia, we used to say that you should change your smoke alarm batteries every time the Prime Minister changes. But then it got to the point where it's like, no one can afford that many 9-volt batteries.
I'm really looking forward to the next thing's going to be like what they did last time we had a Prime Minister resign. So gonna be oh well, it's not legitimate, they weren't elected, it's not legitimate, we need a general election. It's like, can you just stop?
It's not legitimate. I'm sorry, but any
it's like, no, in the UK
Johnson wasn't elected either.
Yeah, we vote for a party. Like,
yes.
But no, that will be it. That's going to be the argument for everything for the next, like, year or so. It's just going to be, oh, well, this person wasn't elected, therefore, like, I don't have to come up with an argument against it. Just, they weren't elected.
Yeah, Mayor Jeff Jefferson says apparently other people from the town have reported missing cats too.
Uh-huh. I mean, I've seen plenty of cats since we've been playing.
He says it was the same when I started wearing chinos. What? I want to egg this guy.
Yeah, I kind of want Aggie's house too. Can we Aggie's house? Can we like stop cleaning it and just put more egg on it?
That'd be nice.
Nobody said anything else about the audio, so I assume you're okay now.
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't know why it wouldn't be, because it's fine. It sounds fine to me, and it should just be playing what I'm getting. Should.
Yeah,
Should.
super do. Then again, I was having issues a couple of Sultan streams back with one of my OBS plugins that's supposed to just let me do some different types of output from OBS, but apparently one of the issues is that if I so much as look in the general direction of changing the volume...
Oh no.
Why, yes, we're going to start doing horrendous things to your the audio sync, and it's going to get all choppy and stuttery.
Oh.
So sadly, that plugin's gone the way of the dodo.
I don't actually use that many plugins in OBS.
Well,
There's a Bezek in the way.
You kind of can't.
Bezek in the way.
For some reason, Streamlabs doesn't let you use plugins.
Oh, fair enough.
There are quite a few handy-dandy ones. Though Streamlabs is a little bit behind the inventions from the last year or two, but before that, yeah, a lot of the extensions Streamlabs just were like, we'll do our own version and integrate it so it's ever so slightly better.
To be fair, I just customize a lot of my stuff anyway, so...
Yeah, which is understandable. But yeah, like some of the technical stuff, it helps.
What
like
are we missing?
One of the plugins that I have, it allows me to pull any audio source I want. So, for example, I can pull the game and Discord as separate sources.
That's really handy, actually.
It is. It's like the most important one I have. It also means that if I was, for example, wanting to watch something on YouTube at the same time, that copyright music, no, that's not actually going into the stream mix. And what are we missing? Fence post for some reason. And it was hiding around the back.
What else are we missing?
Okay, what else? Fence posts, fence railings, fence walls, garage walls, and a platform. That's nice. What's a platform?
Platform? Yes, that's a real helpful game. Oh, I bet I know. I bet it's under here. It's always the underside of things.
Now there we go.
That one's done. That one's done. That one's done.
This one, yeah, it's got to be underneath.
Okay.
Nope, it's a tiny little speck over in the corner.
Sometimes it's super forgiving, and then sometimes it does this crap.
Yeah. I can't, there's nothing on this wall, but it's still like, no.
Aha!
Excellent. There it is. It's hiding on the top.
Fence wall,
So another
bases.
fence wall. This one.
This one.
So there it is. It's a tiny little bit on the top.
Wall base.
Platform. What the hell do they mean by platform?
Guess wall base.
Oh, it's the deck. There it is.
Okay. I need to switch to this again. Wall base. This is stupid. Alright, that's that one.
Yeah, on some of them it's like 3/4 of it's done, and then it's like, that'll do, and this one. Just.
This is so difficult to reach. Yay!
Oh, there we go.
We win!
Hey,
This isn't gonna...
time.
Yeah, this isn't gonna be a very satisfying time lapse.
No.
I like the ones where it's just like thick dirt and you're just like...
Yeah.
Hey, Psycho Dad! Moonfail asked, Power Wash Simulator, is that an odd kind of kink. No, it's literally power washing. It's literally power washing.
Yeah, and Frank, right back at the start's like, with this warm weather, I could use a cold wash. Don't get the Australian start on this deadly, deadly heat wave in the UK.
Never mind deadly, deadly heat wave. Like, you send me your air conditioning and then we'll have a fucking talk. How does that sound? You can send me your air conditioning.
Kevin Bernard says, my name is Kevin Bernard, proprietor of Wangaloo Carnival's Helter Skelter. Please state your business. Yes, the owner of the thing that isn't actually here yet, but will miraculously shop about 3 feet over here.
Did you see this, by the way? Like, do you know how they asked if we could, if we had a plain van?
I never saw this before.
I thought this was a really cute touch. It's got the cat wanted poster on it.
Poor kitty. Oh, what's this? OOT S again. Bigfoot again.
Maybe.
Actually, no. We saw Bigfoot signs on one of the other things. Oh, I'm getting some audio feedback.
Are
Goodness
you?
knows why. Yeah, something must be really odd today.
I don't know. I'm not going green, so I don't think it's coming from me.
Well, that's super confusing and scary then. Die, dirt, die!
See, now this is better.
I like it. Yes. So pissing fiddly, though. Have you played this one before on your own?
Yeah, I've done this one.
My favourite is how the pole can be dirty inside the bloody horse.
Yeah. Like, I was there for ages, and then I was like, oh shit, I need to turn it on just so that the horse can move up slightly so I can clean that bit.
Yep. Like, that one's a bit frustrating. Like, yeah, I mean, it is accurate, but also...
It was annoying, yeah. But honestly, I did quite enjoy this level because there's lots of dirt to cut through.
Yeah, it's nice, shiny.
Right, let's do the underside of this before we fucking forget.
Oh, it's got an underside? Oh, of course it does.
Yeah, little steps have got an underside, and I know it's gonna be, we're getting it to the end, and we're gonna be like, where the fuck's the dirt?
Yeah. Bloody dirt.
Okay, that's... Yeah, this level took me ages on my own.
Yes. Hopefully it's a lot more enjoyable with 2 people.
Yeah.
Without doing that silly thing where it auto-completes.
Yeah, that's also annoying. Because then you just don't even get the satisfaction of it, like... Of actually finishing it. You're just like, oh, I was kind of cheated out of that last, little bit.
Speaking of power washing, did you have a chance to check out your analytics and see if you got a sudden spike in viewers?
I had a look at that stream that you pointed out. I didn't, so I guess mine didn't get recommended the same as yours did.
That sucks.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how mine magically got recommended when yours didn't.
I don't know.
I was having a look with Trim. Hunter Load says, hey there, are you free to come over to the National Park? I have a treehouse that's only needs de-sliming and de-groming if you could put the time... Oh god, I hate that treehouse.
oh yeah, I think I like that one. I think it was the last thing I did actually, and I actually got a bit fed up doing that one.
Yeah. Kevin Bernard says, I see you've commenced work and that you were a pressure washer.
Yes,
well done.
I've seen through your plain van.
Yeah. Surely Stacy doesn't seriously think that cleaning her carousel will make it a more attractive prospect than my towering Helter Skelter. I mean, it's pretty under the grime, so yes. And also, the lights are actually turned on. Like. That's... Like, look at that. The lights actually work if you can get under the dirt. So yes, and he thinks that cleaning it will do great for her sales.
Also, how did they get our number, and why do they keep like sharing their drama with us? Like, I don't care. You want me to clean something?
Yeah, well that's it. How did he get our number if he doesn't know who we are because we boarded up the van?
Yes, I see that you are power washing. I was like, okay, it's kind of weird, dude, that you found my number then.
Yeah. We're clearly the only power washing business in several hundred miles.
You were clearly the only one stupid enough to attempt to clean this down.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get the ladder. No ladder.
Clean up this one horse town.
I'm gonna go up here. Eek.
So dirty.
Yeah. Okay, and it's got some like of the thick grime on it, which sucks because you gotta get the teeny little fucking thing out.
Yeah.
Get the swirly
Oh,
one.
yes.
Swirly!
Another one of my favourite ones is the holes down the side of the platform. Yeah, that's actually dirty too.
Yay.
Get that before I forget about it, and was like, where is the dirt?
Yeah, and then it'll
yeah.
it'll have some really weird name in the thing where it's like, what does it mean by that?
Yeah. Yeah, like how on the mayor level it's like platform. The hell do you mean by platform? Oh, you mean the porch or the patio?
Yeah, the platform.
You know?
Obviously, the platform. You know, Bezek, the platform. Yeah.
Yes. The platform. The thing that has a specific name in English that is not platform. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying about the weird recommendations. Like, I actually was checking it with Trim because I'm like, where the hell did these come from, Trim? Then I actually looked, and turns out it was off a Markiplier video, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I ages ago I had a video like that it randomly got recommended on something really popular, and like it just got a whole ton of clicks. It was like that was some good luck in the algorithm.
Yeah, well that was it, and it turned into a ridiculous amount of watch time, something like 60 hours of watch time.
See,
people were sitting there watching the whole stream.
Thomas,
it's impressive.
Thomas says, plot twist, isn't dirt, it's volcanic ash. Like, we kind of gathered that, but what we don't understand is why everything else is, like, pristine. Like, literally everything that's not this thing is clean.
Yeah. And it's not all volcanic ash. For example, on the fancy temple that is coming up. I think you've just got that into that, haven't you? The temple?
Yeah. I actually just started that. I haven't done very much of it.
But crucially, not volcanic ash, apparently. But even if it is volcanic ash, I would like to ask questions about how it got to the middle of the upside down bit of the carousel.
And why nothing around the carousel is dirty. Literally nothing.
Yeah. Like, guys, could you... When you were doing the textures, could you have thrown just a little bit of dirt on everything?
Maybe we're not the only power washers in town. Maybe there's just been a whole army of them out cleaning everything else.
Yeah. Blake Thrust says, please check your job planner as a matter of urgency. Why do you have access to my job planner?
Thomas says, these are all valid questions.
Yes. Kevin Bernard says, yes, my helter-skelter is filthy.
Where? And
yes,
why is it the only other thing that's dirty?
Well, it's not the only thing that's dirty here. Spoilers. But it's like here. I'm standing where his bloody helter-skelter shows. I was like, mate, where the hell are you?
Well, it's like when you're cleaning, is it like one of the houses? And they're like, oh, they're watching you. They say it's really coming along nicely. And you're like, where? Where are you watching me from? Like, I can't see you.
Bernard says, yes, it's affecting performance. And yes, something, something, something. I was distracted and couldn't read that. And it's gone now.
How's the bottom side coming?
Slowly.
Oh, okay. So each triangle of the canopy is a separate area to clean. I can get behind this.
It's better than having just a massive area that you visually only clean like 3/4 of.
Yeah, this is in like just little like slit sections of it, which is nice.
The advantage of the carousel is I can just stand here and it cleans itself.
until it stops, and then you're like, shit, which bits didn't I clean?
Yep. That's the one. So, Disco's done this before.
Yep, I remember this one. And by the time I'd stood here and washed it for fucking ages, I forgot that you could turn it on, and yeah, trying to realize that the bits I had missed were the bits that were like inside the horse. So I had to like move the carousel so that the horses went like up and down. And like, for fuck's sake, I stood there ages like spraying the pole. Why is it not clean?
Yeah, I spent far too much time with the horse's nuts on my head. Like, would you go up and down yet, you bloody thing?
Alright, somebody needs to clip that line.
Clean faster, you bastard. Honestly. This town's just a mess.
Yes, and I don't know if this is ash up here. It's kind of green and slimy looking.
Yes, especially on the treehouse that's coming up. It's definitely not ash. Definitely moss and assorted filth.
I mean, there might very well be some ash up here, but it's also green and slimy.
Actually, can we see the volcano from up there?
Yeah.
Sucker. Oh, God's sake, game.
There it's.
I can't climb the ladder, it hides me. Never mind.
I'm standing on top of the star, and I can...
Oh, yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that is what's just poking over the trees over there. Cool. So at least put that much effort in.
Yeah, the volcano I think you can see from most of the maps. Stop ruining my day, post.
Yeah.
Get some stubborn grime on it.
There's some really stubborn grime on the poles down here too. And
What?
of course, it's just a lovely shade of grey.
Why do you think I came up here instead of doing the poles? I know what I was doing. I started cleaning the poles. I'm like, nah. I'm back to
Hello,
this.
Prime Knight's here. He says, greetings, good fellas.
Hey,
Howdy, Prime.
primed. So has Trim been doing a lot of art streams this week? I saw he set one up. Was it Monday?
Yeah.
And then
Yes,
didn't do it?
Yeah, we let Trim have the license keys and...
Oh. Never leave Trim in charge of anything.
Yeah. He paid for the access through Apple, and for some reason it's not actually working.
Oh.
So he has had to chase their support.
I can imagine Trim being one of these people who's really hard to give any kind of tech support to.
Yep. Kevin Bernard says, unfortunately, as we were winding through Willow Creek, we encountered a group of monks walking against traffic, and I pressed the accelerator instead of the brake.
That wasn't very nice.
Right. Well, of course they were walking against traffic. That's how they're supposed to do it. My Jeet Kune Do instructor always says, in an emergency, hit the nearest thing as hard as you can. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work.
I'm sure it's fine.
Okay.
It's pretty up here
Man.
now that it's actually clean. Oh. Oh, wait, how did I not fall down? I don't know how I didn't fall down. I should have fallen down.
I'm nice. Like getting in contact with Apple support, trying to win the lottery is easier. He's trying to get in contact with support for the app, which is probably going to be like, it's Apple's fault, leave us alone.
Probably. Right, I bet it's under here. Yep. The underside is always the dirty bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop the carousel for a bit.
Alright, I think the top is clean.
Yay!
Whee! Can we just like... Let's do this. Save climbing. Less climbing is good.
Yeah. Sadly, there's all sorts of nooks and crannies up there that are a pain.
I'm sure there are.
At least they gave us one of these sets of scaffolding.
Well, I'll just get most of it from down here. Because it's the fact you gotta keep picking the scaffolding up and moving it and blah blah blah. Can't be bothered.
Prime Knight says, so 2 days ago there was a fire close to me and it's suspected to be an arson. One person is in holding.
Jeez.
Was it a food processing facility?
Oh yeah, there are lights under here.
Yes they are. Amazing what the difference a good power washing will make.
Hmm.
He says as he contemplates the outside of the house that is in desperate need of a power washing.
Yeah, but it's more fun to do it in a game.
It's definitely more fun to do it while seated.
There is that, yeah.
It's also winter, that's my other excuse.
I mean, does Australia actually have winter?
Well,
I'm pretty
not by
sure.
anything
I'm
that
pretty sure that winter in Australia is a lie.
Yeah, well, considering that my response to this heat wave you're having is like, I swear it was warmer than that the other day. Look what I found.
Okay.
Can you see what I found? Found a gnome. There's even a second one. I swear these weren't here last time I played the map.
You're just picking them up. Can you pick them up?
Yeah, put yourself on them.
My gnome. Look. We'll just...
Go and put it on the car.
Yeah. It's our gnome now. Oh, apparently it can't sit on the car. It just fell off.
Oh.
It sucks.
Oh, well, you sit there now. I have questions about the gnomes in this game. For starters, why they're on Mars?
Why they're on Mars?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't Mars.
No. Have you had a look at the challenge maps? The special maps?
Oh, I have seen that, but I haven't played it.
Yeah. Definitely getting feedback. The question is whose side it's coming from.
Well, mine, it's not lighting up as if you're getting it through me. And I'm kind of hearing a little bit of echo through you from me.
That's really odd.
Yeah, I think Discord is taking a piss today.
Yeah, I mean, that's entirely probable.
I've had enough of the
Probably
carousel now. I want to play with something else.
Gotta clean the carousel. Silly carousel.
Of course, I'm gonna do it up here.
After the carousel ride, the kids line up for their free tetanus shot.
Okay.
Or worse, the metal slide we're going to see shortly.
Oh, that I haven't seen.
Ah, that's the Helter Skelter that
Yeah, I haven't
What's
done
His
that.
Nuts has been talking about. Oh yeah, yes.
I has
It's
not
an
seen that one.
absolute pain.
Really selling it to me, Bezek. Really selling it to me.
And good to know.
I actually can't wait now. May as well just clean the top of the horses while I'm up here. Wait, what was that?
Good idea.
Interesting.
This is such a pain.
Yep. Whee!
Hello, welcome back.
Oh, come on! There you go. That'll do. The scaffolding's a little too big to fit in here.
It's actually pretending to be what Australia would call a winter at the moment.
Oh, come on! It's a myth in Australia. I'm sorry. There's no such thing as winter in Australia.
No, winter's when it gets below 25 Celsius, right?
Uh-huh. Bloody stupid Aussies.
Yeah. Cameron Bernard says, although my shrew-like reflexes saved the lives of the monks, my helter skelter fell off the toe and rolled down the entire creek.
Is that his excuse for why it's filthy?
Yep. Bad news, it's covered in everything from tertiary chalk to Permian mudstone.
Lovely.
Crazy thought. Have you heard of these things called ratchet straps and following the highway code?
Maybe we should charge him double.
Good news, it represents a thorough illustration of our geologic past.
That's not gonna get him a discount.
No. That's right, Primed. Australia has the hot season and the hotter season. But yeah, like, Disco showed me this article from the UK where it's like, well, they're going to declare a national emergency over the heat wave. And
I know!
Like, it's going to rise into the 30s, and I'm like, into the 30s, like, fuck off.
Yeah, like, I as soon as I seen the article, I sent it to you, and I'm just like, what the actual fuck? Like, it's not an emergency. Like, sure, it's kind of warm. It kind of sucks because we don't have air conditioning. Like, everybody's a bit uncomfortable, but like, it's not an emergency.
Exactly, but it's like it's worst heat wave ever. It's going to rise into the 30s, and I'm like, rises into the 30s regularly in winter here. What are you whining about?
And next will be, we're gonna have to like start taking action against, the heat. It's like, how do fucking people in warm countries survive then?
How do people in warm countries without functional electric grids survive?
Don't get me wrong. I wish I had air conditioning in this heat, because it's not very fun to sit here and be like, I don't really have any way of making things cooler.
At least in Britbong land, you have a drier heat.
In Britbong land,
Generally.
it's kind of like muggy here as well at the moment. It's just relatively unpleasant.
Yeah, that's making it super unpleasant. But when we were talking about it, it's like, because there's like, so many people are going to die. Sure, if they're 98 and they're wearing their jacket. or they're working and because they're English, they've never heard of the heat, so they die of heat stroke.
Hmm. But instead of declaring a fucking emergency and then like trying to spread panic, they should just be like, okay, be like, here's how to look after yourself, and you know, we know you're not used to it, UK, so here's how to look after yourself in the heat. Like that would be a better idea, but no, they're just like fearmonger. It's an emergency. People are going to die, and it's like shut up.
Like that's it. Like if they wanted to do something productive, they could have been like, dear Brits, if your employer tells you that you need to work in the sun when it hits 35 degrees, you're entitled to tell them to go fuck themselves. Dear employers, if your employees die of heat stroke, that's a little bit maybe your fault.
But no, they just want to fearmonger. Like, everybody's gonna die. It's like, probably not though.
Yeah, Prime Knight says the fraud is like 95% humidity and 38 plus Celsius. Ugh, yuck. A humid heat like that would be horrendous. But yeah, like from an Australian perspective, heat in the 30s is fine until turn the humidity on. Humidity is the real problem.
Sega Dad says, when temperatures rise into the 30s, it's not a national emergency, it's called summer. Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't think the English have heard of summer.
No, we get that one day in June, you know?
That one day in June where it tops out at 30.1.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, could maybe take my jacket off today if I'm feeling adventurous.
Yeah. But yeah, they're going, it's a national emergency, everyone panic. And it's like, you guys heard of Africa?
Yeah, that's why I just sent you it straight away, because I'm just like, that's just fucking ridiculous. Here, Australian, look at this thing.
Australian just laughs and laughs and laughs and checks the weather. It's like, was it warmer than that yesterday?
It was warmer than at midnight last night.
And ironically, it usually is warmer than that at midnight in summer. In winter, not quite, but in summer, it's absolutely been warmer than that. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the story or even heard it. 2-3 summers ago, in the before times, before the flu pandemic,
in the before times,
we actually had to add colours to our heat map because it was getting above 50.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that's when that kind of article might need to be actually considered. Like, alright guys, it's getting a bit dicey now. You might start to, bake if you go out in the sun.
Oh yeah, actually, that's another part of the article, though, because they're like, it's horrendous, the roads are going to start melting, and it's like, that's happened literally every summer I can remember. Yeah, Psycho Dad's like, Brits, oh my god, it's a national emergency. Me, a German, wake me up when the thermometer gets to 40.
But that's the thing. It's not even the Brits. It's not even the Brits. Like, it's the media and the fucking government. It's not even the population at the moment. It's like, oh cool, an excuse to finally wear the fucking summer clothes that have been in the drawer forever. You know, everybody's just like out and about like that. This is great. There's actually some, there's actually some sunshine for a change. The media are like, oh my god, everybody's gonna die! Government are like, we need to call a national emergency meeting. Like, come on, guys.
Yep. But they're saying they're like, oh, they're all going to die. It's like, it's 30 degrees. Open a window, put on a fan, you're gonna be fine. In Australia, yeah, we have had people dropping like flies, because even doing that, it's still 5 million degrees in the shade. Especially in the northern climes, because part of Australia is actually between the tropics. So we get really long hot days.
Don't rub it in.
It's not fun when it's 40 degrees at 10 p.m. Kinda can't sleep.
Oh, it's still dirty. Why is it still dirty?
Because they really, really suck. Hold on, let me see if I can get... what the temperatures have been.
Just stay indoors and it's in the 30s and you'll be fine. I mean, I'm literally not allowed to stay indoors. I have to go work. But no, it's not the public that are whinging about this. It is the media and it's the government. Like, the public are just like, cool, it's not raining. That's nice. It's unusual. You know, I thought you were going to read out the headline of the screenshot I sent you before the stream, sorry, because that that made me laugh.
That one. That's a bit special.
It made me laugh. And it was like, why on earth? Like, just why
well, now that
did you feel the need to make, like, what required you to do this? Like, obviously, people must have been doing this thing for you to bring up. Or either that, or one of your writers was like, So, the headline was, women warned not to put ice lollies in their vagina to cool off in hot weather. It's like, okay, who was doing this, or who came up with it? Because that's just really weird. I've never been, like, picked up an ice lolly and thought, I know how I'll cool down. Like, just, it's never happened, you know? It's like, why does this article need to exist?
I've just pulled up the daily weather observations for the big city near me. I see you, Disco.
On
the 7th, it maxed out at 21.1 in winter. So, Brits are like, fuck, that sounds like a fatal summer's day.
No, not Brits. The British media.
Media. Well, we've established that the British media are the biggest fearmongers in the world.
Apparently. I mean, they are trying to do a damn good job of you know.
Oh, actually, what I can do is I can go back to January this year. And be like, 30s.
Is that whose real accent? Is that his real accent? It's Ultra London Westminster Aussie merge. I guess that must mean you, Bezek.
Yes, it is my real accent, but it's not a real Aussie accent. Because I do not speak like the average Australian.
I hear you were speaking like the average Australian on Trim's stream the other day, and Trim was making confused noises.
Yeah. I may have dropped into a proper Australian accent. But yes, fun thing about being a Spurg and having access to British and English media. Accent? What accent?
Yeah, my
Also,
accent's all over the place as well. Like, people are just like, I really don't understand your accent. And I'm like, neither does my accent. It just does whatever it wants.
But I also learned a lot of words from properly rather than from hearing other people say them. So, well, I pronounce words properly, which is why I don't sound like most Australians. Which is unironically accurate.
Oh, I'm guessing I won't be able to finish cleaning this one because I bet it's inside the horse.
Hiding inside the horse, yeah. These poles are so dirty.
Yep.
Is it time to restart the carousel?
Maybe?
Where's the dirt hiding? Oh, there it is.
Well, the horse is still dirty. can't be much left to clean.
Yeah. Almost Grass says, granted the English penguin's -2.
Oh yeah. Well, you say that. Like I remember one year, it was like -15. I was like way up north, and it was like -15. And it was -15 inside the place that I was working because it had like automatic doors. People were coming in and out, and so it wasn't any warmer inside the building than outside the building. And so the staff were literally going to the fridges to try and warm up.
Madness.
We weren't panicked. Mostly we were just having a giggle at the people who were attempting to walk around outside and failing miserably. Like, oh, there goes another one. I think it's just, is it just the horse poles now? No, it must be more than that. Cresting frames. Aha! You are not clean. Michael says Bezek Giga based on the Aussie language.
You want to hear Giga based on the Aussie language? Go check out Trim's last art stream.
To be fair, I've got another friend from Australia, and yeah, he does talk funny sometimes. We're just like, wait, you're making noises again, and he's like, what are you saying, Scott? And I'm like, got a point. But I'm pretty sure the only thing I ever need to sort of pick out what he's saying is the word cunt. So.
I mean, in Australian English, that could mean like 17 different things per sentence.
Yeah, and normally it's in every sentence like 17 different times.
Yeah, and each time it means something different.
Yeah.
It's a versatile word. Silly Trim, though. I had him going on drop bears.
I'm going on drop bears. I mean, to be fair to him, because I heard him talking about this, and he was like, but everything in Australia is evil, so why wouldn't I believe that? It wouldn't be the worst thing that you've had.
Oh, I know. I mean, I set him up perfectly, because I started talking about platypuses and echidnas. And the fucking platypus is real, so...
Do you remember? Oh, poor Tim. Do you remember when we were talking to him about spiders and we started talking about funnel web spiders and he's like, nope, nope.
Oh yes, he doesn't like spiders whose fangs you measure in centimeters.
Poor Trim. Poor Trimmy.
Oh well. I don't think they've even got spiders in Norway, so it's probably fine.
I mean, I can't imagine that any spiders would enjoy the Norwegian climate. It'd just be little frozen spiders. Little spidersicles.
Yep, I imagine it'd be very much the case.
I've decided I'm not liking this one, Bezek.
Yeah, it's not great.
I think it's just these stupid poles mostly now. Yay.
Definitely not helping. Yeah. Turn carousel on.
Okay.
So now we get to play sit there and wait for the horse to go up and down.
Yay. Oh, I think I got that one. On both sides, you know, because tiny little thin poles.
Yeah. Oh, this one's going to be an absolute pain, isn't it?
I'm turning it on. You're not going to press the button.
Is it not on? You've turned it off, Yes. And it's off again.
It's not turning on for me.
Well, that's unhelpful. Is it having host issues?
Maybe. Maybe you need to press the button. The button doesn't like me. Come over here and look at the fan. Is it working now? Did you fix it? Did you make it work? It's not on.
Yeah.
You broke it.
Ah, bloody thing.
Bap. No?
Nope.
That's not ideal.
It really isn't.
You may not be able to finish the level if it does that.
Well, I might have to do some chasing, but just bloody horses.
Michael G says, speaking of Aussies, the Great Emu War, 2nd of November 1932, 10th to the 10th of December 1932. Remember, for our Australian friends, let the poor Aussie soldiers rest in peace. What's the Great Emu War? Emu.
The emus were breeding out of control and causing problems for farmers, so they sent out the army with some machine guns, and they ran out of ammo before they ran out of emus.
Oh, hang on, I'm gonna save a chat. Haltonator's tip $5 to say, just started watching the newest weekly White Bills. God bless your souls, and monkeys too. Aw, thank you.
But we still need to teach Monkey about what a white pill actually is.
He's improving.
Yes, because chat's been bullying him.
Yeah, I actually love the fact that chat's been bullying him now too. Where it's like, you know, for the first few weeks I'm like, Monkey, that's not a white pill. And he's like, it is though. And it's like, how's it a white pill? Well, because I'm smug. And it's like, it's not a white pill, Monkey. And now the chat just tells him off. I don't even need to. It's just, the chat's like, Monkey, that's not a white pill.
Well, if Monkey wants to be smug, he should come over to the Solons and be smug. Because black pills that you're smug about are far more appropriate there. Well, it's turned on and again for me.
You're gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to do it then.
It's gonna be a right pain, isn't it?
Yeah. It's literally not moving for me, so it must be host issues.
Could you turn it back on if you're still over there?
I don't know if it's...
I'm gonna have to chase.
Is it on?
No.
How's about now?
Yeah, now it's on.
Okay, I'm not touching again. Not touch it! I'm just gonna read the chat. But yeah, the emu story actually reminds me of a thing that happened on one of our ARC servers once. So, the guy that owned it, he was like, at the weekends I'm gonna turn the breeding rates up so that, you know, while people are off work, they can breed their dinosaurs. And, you know, then it'll all be sped up so that they can kind of spend the weekend doing that and they don't have to do it after work or whatever. And so he cranked the breeding rates up to like times 15 during the weekends, which was fine for, you know, breeding your dinos. But somebody had accidentally or not realized and had left some dodos on Wanda in their base. Now, ordinarily that wouldn't be a problem because if you didn't pick the egg up and incubate it and hatch it, then it wouldn't have been a problem. But on times 15, the egg hatched before it had a chance to spoil, and then the dodos, they grew into adolescence before they had a chance to starve, and so we had all these tame but not like owned dodos wandering around, and because they're born on Wander as well, then they bred, and it just became this existential problem. It's just like, oh no. And so we were trying to tame something, and suddenly it was like there are no slots left on the server for tamed dinosaurs. And we were like, how the hell have the 10 of us who are playing on this server managed to, you know, fill all of the tame slots, which is like 5,000 tame slots.
Wow.
And we're like, that's really weird. So, you know, we contacted the guy that owned it, and we're like, dude, like, you know, what's going on here? And he's like, oh, I don't know, that's really weird. And then we flew over the island in which the dodos were. And, like, almost everybody that went near this, like, their whole the game just started to crash for them. It couldn't compute what was happening on this island. Their GPUs were just like, nope, nuh-uh, can't cope with this. So the one guy who had, like, the best GPU on the server, he had, like, top of the line GPU. He's like, I'm going in. So in he goes. And yeah, the scene which met him was just like a sea of dodos. And he's like, It's fine. I'll just do some culling. So he goes in there and he starts, like, shooting at them. But apparently, they all count as being on aggressive. Oh, not aggressive, like neutral when they're born. And so when he shot one of them, the whole swarm of dodos just starts, like, swarming off the island at him. And he's just like, nope. So in the end, we had to. The only thing we could do was just delete all tame dodos. It was like, sorry if you own one, but, like, we can't fix this problem.
Oh, dear.
The great dodo incident. So yeah, piece of advice. If you ever have an ARC server, you're going to turn the breeding rates up. Make sure there are no goddamn dodos unwanted. Bezek, hurry up!
They've been they are done. Look, center pole frame.
Oh, hang on. Holton has tipped another $5 to say, see, I did the same thing with RGs. So much fun. Logged back in, only only to find yourself surrounded by about 200 mature neutral RGs. Oh my god! You must have the breeding rates really turned up for that, because RGs are not the quickest things to breed. But yeah, it's really funny. And it just kept getting worse.
Oh, that flicking back and forth sounds really weird in my ears.
What flicking back and forth?
The game's, you know how you flick the water stream back and forth? Oh, it does some really odd clipping for the other player.
Oh, sorry.
Well, what the hell is the center pole frame?
It's the yellow bits of this bit.
Cool. So which one of them is the one that's dirty?
I don't know. But there's only one left and then it's done.
Yes, and we can be gone. Yeah.
Yes.
Frack.
Yes.
Time lapse.
Oh yeah, time lapse. At least this should make a good time lapse. Yeah, it kind of does.
Michael G's asking, not taking the piss, but how do you supercharge mobile? Isn't there supposed to be a little icon on the chat or something? If you're monetized through YouTube.
Yeah, my channel's not monetized. But there is Streamlabs in the description, and I think I'm only about 100 hours off of reapplying for monetization now.
Ooh.
So, then Susan can actually just demonetize me.
Yeah.
Well, they were cranked like 100 times breeding rates and maturity rates. So, well, that's kind of your own fault then, if you can.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Speaking of what you need for monetization, Sultan's is doing good on watch time. Not so much subscribers, but I don't think I'm even going to attempt to get Sultan's monetized.
Yeah, I might get away with it with mine because it's mostly gaming content now.
Yeah. Don't think Susan's going to be so keen on
unless
monetizing.
Trim gets me demonetized. I wouldn't be surprised if Trim, he's such a danger.
Well, now that Tossi's educated him on his stream, maybe he's less likely to do that.
I'm kind of, as soon as you told me, I was kind of like, that's karma.
Yep. That was my reaction. It's like, who started this, Trim? And Trim's like, me.
For context, chat, Trim is a very naughty boy. When we're about to stream, Trim will be like, are we live yet? Tell me when we're about to go live. And it's like, we're about to go live, Trim. And then he will yell at the top of his lungs naughty words. And we're like, Trim, if we accidentally, mistime that at some point, you're going to get the stream taken down. He's like, hey, 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 hey. And then the other day, I think you said that Toasty had done that to him. And he was like, Trim doesn't actually like it when it's done to him.
Funny that, isn't it? But yes, it's like, funny how that works, isn't it, Trim?
It's like, oh, you don't like it, Trim? Yeah, neither do we. It's like, this is why we call you a liability. Because, one of these days, it's only going to take something to be mistimed. And that's going to be the first thing on the stream. And it's not your channel that it's happening to. And he's like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Bad trim noises.
Yes, he's a naughty trim. But yeah, Soldiers is probably never going to get monetized. I mean, the last 2 videos have been age restricted.
Well, I called that you were going to get age restricted
I mean, we all
on
knew we
Saturday.
were going to get age restricted.
Because a lot of the videos that you were playing were marked as age restricted. And it's like, well, there's no way that, that you're not going to get age restricted then.
Oh, yeah.
Like, unfortunately, some of the videos were fairly, like, violent.
Oh, yeah, I knew it was going to happen, but that's the problem with covering the news. Turns out the news is pretty violent.
So you need to be like me and just have white pill news, you know? And Monkey's version of white pill news, which is not always white pill.
Game, would you like this thing to actually exist and work?
The hell do you do it? You alright over there,
The
Bez?
still doesn't no, the steppy still doesn't exist.
I mean, do you want me to pick it up and put it down and see if that helps?
If you can.
Huh. It's alright. I just used it to kind of bounce up here. I'll clean the top.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll do it, Bezek. Since, you know, you seem to have failed at this.
Well, have fun up there.
I shall. Oh god, it's really dirty. It's really, really dirty.
I'm thinking for the next Sultan stream, I'm going to just go ahead and age restrict it, because then again, I'm almost tempted for the next one to just be Odyssey exclusive. Because it's already shaping up to be one of those streams.
Well, what you could do, like, because I know YouTube don't really like it if you do it a lot, but I don't think they care if you do it every now and then, is just put up, like, a short video on the channel and be like, hey, you know, today we're going to be on Odyssey because, you know, we're covering some more sensitive topics, like, here's the link, and actually have a video come up in people's subscriber feed.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, some of the stuff I can cover, so it's easy enough to start the stream and then go, now we're going to talk about this, and this, and
do you know what?
Susan doesn't like that.
I'm almost pretty glad that I'm going to be away this weekend and not being black-pilled.
Oh, it's gonna be super special black-pilled.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm not gonna get black-pilled this week. I'm just gonna
new video has dropped from the most useless police department in the world.
Oh god. Yeah, I didn't actually watch the show today. I didn't actually watch the show today, but I did do the reading list for it this morning and was just like I literally opened the reading list, seen the topics, and was like, well, I'm fucking black-pilled.
Yeah, just from seeing the topics. But yeah, it's good to know that during the hour and 20 minutes they were there doing nothing, they had plenty of time to use the hand sanitizer in the hallway.
Like, well, you know how mad that made me in the first place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, Bleach was sitting in the Sultan's Discord earlier, and I think he's about ready to eat the police chief. Which is understandable.
Absolutely. Like, it's just... for me, it was the fact not the fact that they didn't help, but the fact that they actively got in the way. Because, like, you could... Well, no, you couldn't really understand incompetence, but in a way you could say, okay, they were just incredibly incompetent. That's something we can fix. You know, obviously not in time to help the fucking kids that got shot, but incompetence is something that we can work on. But actually actively getting in the way of the people who were trying to help, like, how am I not supposed to assume malice at that point?
Well,
nobody's that incompetent.
Obvious, but Police Chief Aradodo is just straight up evil.
Like, nobody's that incompetent, surely.
Yeah. Like, I would quite happily put Aradodo in a prison cell for aiding and abetting each and every one of those poor kids. What happened to each and every one of them, rather.
Maybe,
just... And of course, he's still yet to show up at any of the council meetings for the city council he's now on. Funny that.
Well, I hope there's going to be a thorough investigation into that, because What a fucking shame.
Yeah. Well, I Donut did a video on some of the evidence that was being brought forward by the Texas State Police, and the guy started his presentation to the inquiry by saying that it was an abject failure on every level.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, it was.
That shouldn't even be up for fucking debate. The question here is, was it gross incompetence or was it fucking malice? That's the question.
Well, fortunately, the Supreme Court does seem to be in the habit of overturning precedent at the moment, so I am quite happy to take this whole mess let them take the whole mess to the Supreme Court and go, you know what, police do have a duty to protect and serve.
I mean, if they don't, why are we paying them? What are we paying them for?
Well, that's it. If they don't have a duty to protect and serve, maybe we need to side with the leftists here and just dismantle the police.
Well, it's not even dismantle the police. Like, if they don't have a duty to protect and serve, okay, then why don't we hire some people who are willing to do that? Because that's obviously what they need to be doing. Or they need to get it, especially if they're gonna, like, their job seems to be what, to get in the way of the people who are trying to protect. Oh, sorry, here's some red tape. All right, you're just the suppliers of red tape then.
Yeah, well, it's like all the conspiracies that the left has been wrongly saying about the police. Turns out they were actually right, but for the wrong reasons.
Hang on. Michael G has tipped 11.97. Thank you. First time super chatting on the Streamlabs thing. Credit card better not start acting funny now, Disco. Either way, to combat British heat, have some money for a pint on me, lads. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Streamlabs is pretty normal. Most people, I think, have that.
Yeah, well, it's just, they use PayPal as their processor, so it's probably fine.
Also means that Susan doesn't take a cut.
True. Susan takes a pretty vicious cut.
Susan does take a pretty vicious cut. It's like 30% or something.
Yeah. If I can ever get Trim to go viral, or should I say my third channel,
with your pet Trim on it, yeah.
Yep. If I can ever get that to go viral, that's probably the only one of those channels that's got any chance in hell of getting monetization. That'd be nice. And make Trim so rich that he can afford to pay me.
You can only play with PayPal on Streamlabs. Right. I think it can be set up for credit card, but I hadn't actually looked into the different payment methods. It was just like, link PayPal. That seems like it works.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, but I thought PayPal could also just take credit cards from people that weren't signed in anyway. But,
not 100%.
Who knows? They might have changed that. Okay, what bit's still dirty?
The only thing I don't like about Streamlabs is I think sometimes it gets a little bit doxy when people try to actually, like, donate on it. It's like
I think that's just PayPal in general.
Yeah, because it's linked to PayPal. It's like, PayPal, must you? But then I don't really need to care about PayPal trying to dox me. I mean, Carl has already well and truly doxed me at this point, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's not exactly a national secret who Disco is in real life. Yeah. Thanks, Carl.
It's funny because for like the first couple months he was kind of using my name and Disco interchangeably because, you know, we had spoken for years online and we had never really stopped using online names. And so then when we were working in the office together, it's just like, you know, I'm still calling him Sargon and he's still calling me Disco. We're like, maybe that's not very professional. But he was using it interchangeably, and he was using it interchangeably on stream as well. So it's like literally everybody knows at this point. Doesn't really matter. And what's anybody gonna do? Try and get me fired? Like, gonna phone my employer?
Well, yeah, that's it.
You're gonna phone my employer? Is that what you're gonna do? Like,
then again, is it this current idiot who's having a Twitter spat, or the idiot before them who's like, Sargon Dick Monkey? And it's like, do you know who this guy is?
yeah, that was really, really, really funny because they were like, "Oh, you're just one of those like fanboys," and I'm like, "Fanboy, bitch! I run the website."
Like fanboy.
How dare you? Hang on, Holstein is tipped $5. Oh, hang on, I need to actually expand this. It's a longer one. I totally feel for what you're saying. I guess my only counterpoint would be, does it make sense for every time a crime happens and an officer fails to help, should the police be held liable? That's the other extreme. There should probably be an investigation. Whether or not they should be held liable, you know...
I mean, there's obviously, like, blaming the cops for crimes happening when no cops are there is a bit much, but I think in cases where a crime is happening and a police officer can see the crime is happening
and is actively trying to prevent help from getting there, yeah.
or the police officer and his 100 closest friends just dick around in a school.
But no, I don't think we should hold the cops liable for every time they're unable to help. But you know, if it's thought that they were able to help and they didn't and they failed to, then maybe we should investigate. Because in any other job, if you failed to do your job, like, you'd be explaining why you failed to do it. Disco's actually Callum. Damn it. Caught me. How did you know?
Explains a lot, doesn't it?
Does. What is... Oh, okay. Caterpillar treads, wheel? Oh, I guess one down here?
Yeah, the treads run it. Well, this is the tread down here, but which party is dirty, you son of a...
Actually, there's a few treads. There's loads
it's
of treads.
hiding in here. Oh, for God's sake. But yeah, like, in cases where... And we specifically know that the cop has seen the incident taking place, and then the guy's like, do. Yeah. Well, the police should have a duty to intervene in any crime that they are aware of. Not in every crime ever, obviously. That'd be a bit much, but any that they're aware of, I think, seems reasonable.
Yeah. Or at least, at least attempt to.
Well, that's it. And maybe, just maybe, if the person in danger is a kid, you don't get to sit there and go, oh, well, an adult got into the situation. No. I would happily trade every police officer in the state of Texas for any one of the children in that room.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand. It's like, oh, we got shot at. And it's like, yeah, maybe now you understand how the children felt.
Yeah, Annie Mall. Oh, great. I've heard that you're the unofficial top dog of the pressure washing game, but do you travel out of town? I've got a temple that's urgently in need of some TLC. Yay.
Yay. I think we got to do the treehouse first, haven't we?
I mean, we can do them in whatever order we please if they're both there, but yeah, I think with the treehouses first before that one pops in.
Earl says, well, looky here, a relaxing session of clean the neighborhood. Cheers, peeps.
Ah.
Yeah, we're cleaning the neighborhood.
Earl's been in my comments like, what are you doing reminding me that I need to power wash my house?
You do need to power wash your house. Mm-hmm. Can we trade some UK cops for those kids?
Yeah, there we go. We can do the treehouse or the temple.
Yeah, Real Hot it says, yeah, as adults, it's our duty to sacrifice ourselves for the benefit of younger generations. Yeah, it baffles me. It just baffles me.
Unfortunately, for the last 3 years... No. Millions and millions of children must suffer irreversible damage so Grandma can live another 3 minutes.
Well, yeah, there's that. But, you know, just back to the kids thing, though. It's just like, you knew there was kids in there. You knew they were dying. And not only did you not go and help, but you just fucking stopped people from doing it. Like, they're arresting the parents that are trying to get in there to rescue their kids. Just... You can pick one, Bezek. Just pick one.
Yeah. We'll do the Temple Pirate. We'll do it.
Earl says, look here, Disco. I don't need two of y'all reminding me.
Yeah. Like, the tactical team for... whatever they're called, the tactical team was actually there in like 13 minutes. Then the local police refused to let them in.
God, that's just... It's so sad.
Yeah, Annie Moll says, so where to start? How about at the beginning? Or better yet, shut up and let us power wash. Well, you know all about the mayor's pipeline diverting all the water from the river to a secret mining rig, right? Yep, we know the mayor's corrupt. Like most mayors. I wish I could tell you the story about my mayor, Disco, but that would dox me far, far worse than any.
You'll have to tell me at some point, because
yes, I will have to
when
tell
we're not
you
on stream,
because
I probably won't know. Yeah, well, that's true, actually.
But in this case, what the mayor did was so... Well, you could Google it and it would come up, and it would narrow me down geographically far more than I'd be happy with.
Okay, well, you'll have to tell me off stream at some point then.
Yes.
It sounds like an interesting story, and to be fair, I won't even like. I wouldn't like know what I could do with that information anyway. I'd just be like, okay, that's nice.
Exactly. Well, when I started doing this whole YouTube thing, I was at a point where I was secure against being doxxed. Well, the problems of being doxxed. It's like, what are you going to do? Call my employer? Well, no, actually, I work for my neighbour who thinks less of the government and this political bullshit than I do. Yes, technical power washing team, side washing and treatment.
Wait, they want it washed with soap? They're not getting soap. Soap's expensive.
I also enjoy immensely how there's actually dirt in the top of the fire.
Well, there was dirt.
Good, the ladders are working today.
We had to wash inside the chimney on one of them. It's like, why did you want the inside of the chimney power washed?
Yeah, I mean, if you're paying for it, it's fine, but
why though?
Yeah.
It's like, are you sure? Are you sure you want me to squirt water down the chimney? Are you sure?
Sign here and show. Let's see. Ooh, how are we going for possibly upgrading power washer? Ooh, another $1,000.
We could get a better one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, that wasn't a clean game. Come on now. Lied to me.
Yeah, it's really bad about that sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's like, no, I want to see it get clean.
Yeah, they don't really understand their audience too well, these developers, I think. Come on, guys, it's OCD Simulator 2022.
Yeah, come on now.
What are you playing at?
Don't take this away from us. What do you mean don't give me any power? All the power. I want the bigger power washing tool. I actually haven't unlocked that in single player yet. So there will be lots of like, ooh!
Oh, it'll be really... It's got... Actually, It's probably for the best that we're doing this one before the sodding treehouse. I think that'd come in extra handy for the treehouse.
Yeah, the
I don't
treehouse
like
is
the
a little
treehouse.
annoying. Like, I didn't mind it too much. It's the fact that, like, you gotta climb up to get the undersides of the, like, decking area.
Yeah, the undersides of the decking area are really annoying because they've got beams that are like half an inch away from the floor that you've got to clean underneath and around and sideways, and it's like, ah.
Yeah. What the hell is on this temple?
I believe it is. Actually, can I see the? Ah, yes. Next door to my farm lives an order of the nicest, kindest, non-verbal monks whose temple is currently caked in manure top to bottom. It's
Oh.
a heck of a story. I'll fill you in as you go. But basically, they're not here right now, and I thought it'd only be right and neighbourly of me to get it hosed down in their absence.
Was that the monks that got run over by the other guy?
I believe so.
Oh. And they have a temple that's covered in shit.
Yes.
I mean, at least it makes a change from ash, I suppose.
Yep. But yes, it is apparent. How did the manure get under here?
How did the manure get on this thing? Like, I have questions.
I believe, and
Really?
it's either a text message that I missed because I was distracted, or one that's coming up. I believe it was a little mini tornado of some description.
That just hit the temple. Nothing else. Like, everything else is pristine. It just...
Just hit the temple.
What, did they piss God off or something?
Yes. Very angry atheists.
Earl says, were there Dutch farmers around it?
I don't.
Brick says, smite you via shite.
Someone posted in one of the 3 flipping servers that gets this posted on as a GIF/video of the police trying to remove hay bales from the road, and there's like half a dozen female coppers and a couple of male coppers, and it's like, hay bale not moving. It's like, sucks shit to be you.
I didn't see that, but it sounds funny.
Yeah. Here we go. Animal. In a desperate act, the head monk sent them all out on a pilgrimage of faith.
Well, I guess...
Okay, and where's the head monk?
I guess they need some faith after they woke up and their temple was covered in shit.
Here we go. Now, I've no mind where they were headed, only that they took with them a vast multitude of eggs.
I
where
wonder...
those might have been used.
No idea. Can't imagine. Maybe it was the mayor. Maybe the mayor threw shit at the monk's house, and so the monks threw eggs at the mayor's house.
No, I'm pretty sure they're whining about some pipeline or the other.
It's all coming together now. We'll figure it out.
Well, like, the monks are probably in the right, but the moment I protest against the pipeline, I'm like, ooh, not... It's like real world politics are infecting the gaming there. It's like, pipeline! Fighting against the pipeline, ooh, get them. But without going into the details, Sharon, we were chatting on. I think there was like half a dozen of us just ranting into the void on the Sultan server earlier. And it's like, yeah, you know how the leftists are like, defund the police and eat the rich. Yeah, sure, let's do that, but for different reasons. I will not eat the bugs. I will eat class long before I eat the bugs. They cannot make me eat the bugs.
And to be fair, we don't want to eat Klaus either.
No, but far before the bugs.
Yeah, probably. It's like, yeah,
Not to mention,
mate, you're going on the menu before the bugs are going on the menu. Just saying.
And it's not about the meal; it's about the message. But I'm rapidly getting to the point where it's like, okay, Ardent's a carpenter. Bleach is an American. We need to find somewhere in America where we can all go and hide in the woods and be left the frack alone.
It's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, the being left the frack alone is the important part. Yeah, because like the WF are now like, no, not the WF, the WHO are like, oh, we recommend, and I'm like, well, I recommend that Tedros. We'll leave that off the friendly, happy power washing stream.
Join the Sultans on Saturday on Odyssey to find out the rest of that sentence.
Yes, but I have suggestions about what Tedros can do, and yeah. Yeah, Seth's here. Hello, Seth. That's what happened. Seth was hanging out on the top of the temple and he got excited.
Oh. I bet he put like 1,000 squirrels on here and they all pooped at once.
Exactly. It's squirrel poop. But sadly, still in the politics tonight, but a little less demonetization worthy. I love how.
I mean, I can't get demonetized at this point, so you're all right.
True. But I love how we're sitting here going, "Leave us the fuck alone." And they're like, "Nazis."
Yeah, that one always gets me when because I had that a few times during the fucking like coof thing where I'm just like, just leave me alone, just leave me alone. You're a Nazi. It's like, how do you work that one out?
Yeah.
It's like our friend that's currently, I mean, like 2 or 3 days later, he's still screeching in my mentions on Twitter. The one that got real upset about my tweet the other day, and he keeps calling me a bigot. He keeps calling me a bully, and like I stopped responding to him about like 2 days ago. And, I can just see other people arguing with him in there. Just like, so where exactly is she, harassing or bullying anyone? Like, dude, she's still responding to you days ago. Like,
well, I mean, it's the stand leftist tactic. Leftist rocks up, goes to a place, carries on like a psychopath, and then when someone's like, excuse me, have you considered fucking off? It's like, discrimination, racism, etc., etc., etc.
Just made me laugh.
Animal says, anywho, while the monks were gone, we had a freakish twister.
Earl says, haha, it makes my morning to see that fool still going on at you. He's still going. Like, right before the stream started, I had, like, 20 more notifications that he was still going.
Animal says, cursed thing, Scoot. I pulled the freshly laid manure from my farm and deposited it all over their temple.
And the funny thing was, he told me to get a hobby. And I'm like, okay.
That's one of the richest things about the leftists. It's like,
get a hobby! I'm like,
get a hobby. And
I have a hobby. You're the one that's, like, seems a little obsessed right now. Perhaps you should take your own advice. Maybe.
Well, that's it. And it's like, they're always just sitting there going, like, I mean, I'm doing things other than standard employment at the moment, but the left, it's like, have you leftists ever held a job? Like, you wouldn't have time to carry on with this crap if you actually had to work for a living. Like, if you had a 2-hour commute each way and then had to work for 8 hours for some dropkick.
But yeah, that's the same fool that told me, what was it? He said that because I'm a tomboy and a gamer girl, that
Yeah, that's right,
I'm
but you don't know
stretching
what a woman is.
that I'm stretching the definition of woman, and that I may as well not be counted as a woman, and I'm just like, okay, and I'm the bigoted one.
That's awfully gender conformist of them.
Like, okay.
But that's the whole pro-trans crowd. Like, they're sitting there like, "Ree, tomboys," and it's like, I thought you were the ones who said that you didn't have to act in a specific way to be a woman. Like, if a woman is infinite, formless, and blah 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 blah, it's like, who the fuck are they to say you're not a woman? If some person with a beard down to their freaking knees can say that they're a woman, and that's fine, who the hell are they to say that Disco isn't a woman?
No, they literally did try and tell me that I basically wasn't a woman because I'm a tomboy, and I'm like, okay.
Actually, reminds me of that meme that someone found posting in the service. It's like, according to the Bible, the tomboy is the ultimate waifu.
Yeah, I stole that earlier.
Yes. I also saw that.
I saw that in I think it was in Sultans, and I'm like, and mine?
Fair, which is fair.
This is mine now.
I can't argue with that. Especially with the amount of stuff that I've gone, ooh, that's interesting, yoink.
Yes, I know. Like, basically, I think if I took a week off of Discord, like, Sultans would just be like, so I have a story.
Sadly, people keep sending me black pills. It's like, god damn it.
I know, I've got to the point now I just drop the black pills straight in your DMs. I'm like, here you go, Bez.
Yes. Actually, speaking of black pills, white pills, did you see in your chat the moment Sultans ended, just like 6 people in your chat being like, please bring us the white pills, we're all traumatized.
Yeah, I seen that, and they're like, please just go, please. Can has white pills now. Bezek, big bad mean Bezek is just black pills. We don't want to go on. And it's like, alright, I got you boys, I got you. Don't worry. Me and Monkey have got you. Well, I've got you. Monkey might not.
Well.
Monkey might grey pill you a little.
Yes. Grey pills are for Sultans, not white pills.
See, I think what it is, like, I think I can understand this behavior. You know, he's watched Sultans for so long now that by comparison, his grey pills seem like the best news in the world. I think that's what it is.
That might be it. That might be it. But, like, if he wants to sit there and gloat about how he was right about something traumatic,
what are you doing to that lad?
That monkey.
What are you doing to that lad?
Gently molesting it, apparently. It's okay. I got to sign the consent form first.
I'm just gonna go around here. I think around here is nice. In fact, I'll have this, and I'll leave you and the nice ladder alone. I think over here will be good. Chat doesn't need to see that.
The really sad thing is, I did that to the audience last week, and this week is shaping up to be worse.
Ultimate teabagging. Apparently, teabagging is sexist now. The whole, like, you know, teabagging in fucking competitive games. Apparently, that's sexist or misogynist or something.
Weren't they complaining about that in the early 2000s as well?
I'm not sure, but, like, nothing ever came of it if they were. But, like, now it's like, oh no, it's rape. It's basically rape. And it's like, there's nothing sexual about it. It's just a fucking diss.
I mean, that reminds me of the silly bitch that was on Meta in the video going, I was right. Right.
In VR.
No, bitch.
Like...
That's quite literally not what rape is.
Again, it's another fucking, like... I really hate the watering down of definitions. It really makes me angry.
Well, that's another thing that's really not helping them with... Like, Animal says, can you imagine how the monks would have felt if they returned to find their temple completely caked in cow excrement? Well, if they're Hindu, they probably would have enjoyed it. What was I saying?
I don't know. But yeah, I hate the watering down of definitions. Like that is one thing that really pisses me off, especially with things like rape. And it's like, okay, but now you've done a disservice to people who have actually been raped, who are gonna, try and tell someone, and people are actually gonna sit there and be like, well, what do you mean? Like, did you go in VR or something? It's like, it's just a watering down of the term, and it's...
Oh, yeah. And where it's really not helping them with their relationship with the right is like, they're saying they're going, rapists, and the right's going, here's two solutions. One, we arm women so they can shoot the rapists 27 times in the dick. And then two, we hang rapists. Like, the right's not pro-rape. The right would quite happily kill all rapists. It's not a problem.
There's always more room in the chipper,
Yeah, Alice Stickily says they don't have to burn the books anymore, they just change the meanings of the word. Yeah, like I keep saying, I could solve the energy crisis in Europe if someone could point me in the direction of a couple of 1,000 meters of copper wire and Orwell's grave. That fucker's probably spinning so fast that they could power the entire continent of Europe.
Potentially. Oh, that's a lot of crime. Let's get the short one.
Yeah, Khalifa K says the right is pro-executing nonsense and rapists. Yep, which is why the left hates us. Tune in to Sultans for more nonce watch.
This is the future you chose, Bezek. This is the future you chose.
It chose me, Disco.
Whereas I chose white pills, you apparently like to hurt yourself.
So I think it all started with traumatizing Trim.
I mean,
I still traumatized Trim, but just the crap that people are pulling these days. Like that article you showed me the other day about that bloody doctor. It's like, what the actual crap?
oh, hang on. Alternate tip $5. They also Disco, I thoroughly enjoyed you reading in the Tubcast chat a month or so back about how there were already laws against harassment, so we don't need compelled speech laws in addition to that. Yeah, that was really annoying me, and Dev was not pushing back against that at all. And it was like, yeah, I totally agree with you that you shouldn't be harassed, but like, there's literally already laws against that, so why are we having this conversation about adding to the law? Just report the actual harassment.
Well, part of that is that for like the last 20, 30 years, police haven't been actually acting on people reporting harassment. Like, the amount of people that have reported stalking and harassment, and then just been like, what do you want us to do about it? It's like, right, I can see... But, again, that's not an excuse to add more laws. Oh, we need laws to take care of this. No, there's already laws against that. The police just refuse to do their bloody jobs.
But it's not even just adding more laws. It's adding laws that actively exclude some groups from the protection. And it's just like... It was really annoying because Dev was not pushing back against that person at all. As they were like, yeah, we need to add, this to the law and this to the law. And it's like, but why? There are already harassment laws. So you're literally just saying, harassment laws, but only for me.
Yeah.
No. Dev's too nice. Bloody Canadian.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was reading. I was reading pretty hard and dying. No! There are already laws!
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It reminds me of a tragic event that happened down south in Australia that we have talked about at length, where a man killed his two kids with a gun that he legally owned. And everyone's sitting there, we need laws against this, we need laws against this.
Wait.
Then the coroner did an investigation and it's like, no, we don't need additional laws, we've got laws, the cops just fucked up colossally. Because, like, in America they're talking about, oh, we need red flag laws, we can't have anyone who's had domestic violence charges in X time have a gun. 1, America's already got those rules. 2, Australia's got those rules too. Then the police just didn't bother to check their records on the guy and gave him a gun, and then he murdered his kids.
Jeez.
After he was turned down by 2 different gun clubs because they're like, this fella's a bit dodgy.
So the gun clubs basically did the appropriate checks, but the police didn't.
Yeah, and then he just went to a different gun club, acted a little bit differently. And the cops are like, yeah, sure, we'll just not check your criminal history. But, like, if there was ever a dirtbag that shouldn't be given a gun license, maybe it's the guy that has domestic violence claims against him by 7 different women. Maybe, just maybe.
Yeah, at that point, I might be asking questions, you know? It's like, okay, but why are they all saying that you did this?
Yeah. Like, as much as I think the whole licensing system needs to F off and die, maybe, just maybe, if you do have a licensing system, you don't give the license to the absolute dirtbag.
Whee. Oh.
Yeah, as Seth's pointing out, murder's already illegal.
Yeah, it's like, there should be laws against this kind of thing. It's like, well, murder? Yeah, there maybe should be. I look, there's a gnome.
Yeah. Gnomes! Oh, actually, have we had a look for the kitty cat?
I haven't. No, yet. But I see the gnome. Can I, like... No! Oh, yes! I knocked him down! There should be a gnome.
Yes, I saw it come past. And also, so I thought, get the whole thing cleaned off, say the Twister gave the temple some kind of sacred hose down instead.
A sacred hose down. I mean, that's
Brick says, yeah, but the problem goes away if he gets shot while assaulting his girlfriend. Yeah, but that doesn't give them an excuse to bag on men and gun rights at the same time. Like, there was a stabbing recently in Brisbane, in Queensland. And 2 groups of, and you'll know exactly the type, 2 groups of ethnic dirtbags decide that they'd have a mouth-off and a fist fight at a train station. Turns out that a member of one of the assorted groups of dirtbags was carrying a knife. 1, that's illegal. So, when one of the other dirtbags wanted to have a fist fight with him, this guy pulls his knife, stabs the guy in the throat, other guy dies within seconds. And then, people on the internet are sitting there going, oh, but it was self-defense when he pulled the knife. No. And let me explain to you the reasons why. 1, even though the law is bullshit, in Queensland it is illegal to carry a knife in public. 2, you do not get to, even in America, you do not get to use deadly force against physical force. So in America, it wouldn't be self-defense. And in Australia, you have to use proportional force. So in Australia, if someone pulls a knife on you, you can't shoot them. You must use proportional force, so you need to get a knife too.
Which sucks if you only have a gun.
Yep. But which is why the American standard is deadly force is deadly force. So if they've got a knife, you shoot them. Which is reasonable. But no.
And in England, you just die.
Yeah. Well, in England, if someone punches you and hurts their fist, then you get in trouble.
I mean, we laugh, but
It's true.
it's true.
But yeah, like, even in America, where the laws are actually far more liberal on the whole self-defense thing, you can't use deadly force against ordinary physical force. which is reasonable. So this guy, even in pretty much everywhere I can think of in America, would still be doing jail time for murder or manslaughter. But they're saying, they're going, oh, he was defending himself, he was backing away. No, he was still mouthing off, carrying on like the dirtbag he is. Because, of course, it's just some gangster little dirtbags. It's like, no, he wasn't defending himself. He was already committing a crime just by having the knife. They were engaged in a typical dirtbag fight. Put him and everyone else who was there in prison, or below the prison, one of them, either option. But no. But no, it's self-defense because he was black and he was being chased by another group of black people. Like, no, you don't get to claim self-defense when you're getting into a fist fight with someone, then stab them. As much as I think Australia's laws and the whole thing is stupid, even in America they wouldn't have been able to get away with it. They might have been allowed to carry the knife, but it wouldn't exactly be legal to stab a guy to death for a fist fight.
Yeah, that's a real stretch of self-defense. Like, he was punching me, so I stabbed him in the face.
Yeah, exactly. And like the argument I heard is, oh, it was 3 against 1, completely ignoring the other 3 guys on Dirtbag's side. No, it's like, oh, but he was trying to disengage. No, he wasn't. He was still lipping off and puffing out his chest, carrying on like a dirtbag.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's just 2 gangs of dirtbags acting like dirtbags in public. And then one of them decides that he'd like to go to jail for the rest of his life.
Well, apparently he wouldn't. He now wants to lie about it. Like, no, it wasn't me. I didn't do nothing.
He's a didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing.
Like, I have no sympathy for the guy that died because he was clearly a dirtbag engaged in dirtbaggery. But the other guy still needs to go to prison because he's also a dirtbag engaged in dirtbaggery. But no, there's people sitting there defending him. It's like, no, he wouldn't get away with that in America. He's got no chance in hell in Australia. He is illegally carrying a knife in public, which, while a stupid and bullshit law, is in fact a law that exists. So, he's not getting off scot-fucking-free this time. And of course, multiple time convicted dirtbag. Like, thanks America for giving us your inner city Chicago problems. But it's the guns that kill people, Disco, not dirtbags with...
Well, apparently now it's the knives. That's why you need to have your potato peelers confiscated, Bezek. Oh.
Well, yeah, that's also what they were suggesting.
Of course they are.
That's like...
Of course they are.
No, they're already illegal in this fascist hellhole.
Oh, hang on. Hold donator is donated another... No, come back. Oh. Right, there we go. Hold donator is donated another $5. Say, not a lawyer, and I know it varies state to state, but I'm pretty sure the actual standards in most states, if you are in reasonable fear of death or grievous bodily harm, you can respond with deadly force. You have to convince the jury it was reasonable. That sounds right. I couldn't be sure, but that sounds...
That sounds right from my understanding. Yeah, if you are... If a reasonable person would be in fear of death or great bodily harm, you can use deadly force. Problem is, when you're a dirtbag engaged in mutual dirtbaggery with other dirtbags...
Like, we had that... We had that, I think it was on the Sultans last week, where that old man was getting, like, beaten by, the guy, and he turned around and stabbed him. Like, that was self-defense, so I guess,
that was, and yet they charged him, because, well done, New York.
So yeah, you
But yeah,
know,
that was
I can see in
self-defense
that
all day long.
in that case, you know, you could say, well, the other person didn't have a weapon, but was, you know, actively trying to beat the guy to death.
Yep, he was also. The other guy was also 70 something.
Mm.
So I would say that the average 70-year-old would have a fear of death or great bodily harm from a physical confrontation with a 20 to 40-year-old dirtbag who is clearly a violent thug.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, one, it's not illegal to carry a knife on you in most places in America.
Oh, he didn't
Two,
have a knife on
he-
him. He
No,
didn't.
it was sitting on the counter. He tried to escape. The guy grabbed him, so he grabbed the knife, turned around, and protected himself. That was self-defense all day long. But
Yeah.
this, no. Two groups of dirtbags engaged in a dirtbag fight don't get to stab each other and then claim it was self-defense.
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know too much about this story.
Yeah. Well, it's probably for the best. But I'm going to talk about it on Sultans, and I'm going to show the video, so YouTube's going to get us age restrictions, guaranteed.
More than likely.
I might just age restrict that stream in advance, I'm thinking.
Mm. Yeah, you.
But yeah, it's interesting. YouTube's sitting there whining about the dirtbags getting stabbed, but the pedophiles running around naked in front of children, not a problem.
Mm.
I agree with Seth. Legalize every weapon for self-defense, and let's see how many more fuck around and find out. Yeah, that seems fair to me.
Oh, we're 96% done, Bezek.
Yay! I believe most of the remainder is just floating around up here on these weird pieces of roof.
Yeah, there's quite a lot on this bit of roof, which hopefully, once I've done this, it'll make it a little bit more done.
Psycho Dad says for Texan property defense laws. Oh, I want to expand Texas property defense laws. Because, like, in Texas, you can shoot a fleeing criminal in the back if it's at night.
I do hate the fact that over here, like, if somebody were to break into my house and I were to defend myself, I'd probably get arrested.
What's worse is that in the UK, if someone breaks into your house
And hurts themselves.
and then hurts themselves in process, they can sue you for the damages. It's like, no, that's no. That's evil and retarded. So it's working as the government intended.
It is pretty retarded.
But like I think, and I'm sure the Second Amendment advocates would agree with me, that it should be legal to carry a machete for self-defense if you sodding well feel like it. It is none. I'm not interested in the government's opinion of what I need to defend myself in the slightest.
You don't need to do that. The police will help you. Like, so they're there to protect me. Well, about that.
So they won't stand around outside for 2 hours while my children get murdered to death? No. They protected your children. See, they're in the hallway washing their hands. Because the greatest threat to those kids at that time was dirty hands and the disease that shall not be mentioned on this stream.
Yes. It's like, we'll have you know that we followed all of the safety precautions in case anybody got sick. And it's like, that's great. Good
Yeah,
job, lads.
literally the least of our concerns.
Good job, lads.
Pretty sure that all diseases have a greater survival chance than being shot 27 times. Then again, that's probably misinformation and Fauci will be out to get me.
Oh. Whoa.
speaking of Fauci, he's said some more stupid things that we'll talk more about on the Sultans.
Yeah, you're gonna get
Odyssey.
me. You're gonna get me taken down.
Yeah, can't tell the truth on YouTube.
And you're on
That's against the
Twitch,
terms of
so
service.
you probably can't even allude to it.
Probably not. Oh well, the worst they could do is ban me.
What is still left to clean?
Actually, Theodore's reminded me of something. He says, technically speaking, the Second Amendment gives one the right to own a nuke. Yeah, didn't old Sleepy Joe come out and say, the Second Amendment doesn't give one the right to own a cannon, except that it literally did? Privately owned warships after the... in America? It's like,
I don't know.
can you pretend for 5 seconds to know what you're talking about? Just once, see what it's like. Psycho Dad's got it right. Journalists, you don't need a semi-auto rifle for self-defense. Me, that's right, I need a full auto rifle for it. Psycho Dad, did you see the video from that black Republican running for office? That was a lovely, lovely spicy bit of content. When 12 angry Democrats and Klan hoods come for you and your family, you might just need that semi-auto and all 30 rounds. Hey, yeah, oh dear. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, I see a bit down there. Whee! Dunk. I'm so glad there's no fall damage.
Yeah, although there isn't any damage at all in this game, so I guess
Yes.
it's still left. We must be nearly done.
Nearly. We've been 99% for ages. Okay, pedestals. Well, what do they call a pedestal today? Okay, so this is a pedestal, allegedly. Ah, these ones. But where's the dirt? Oh, it's tiny little pieces in this corner. Oh, it's up here. Theodore says, looking at the design of this temple, are they a bunch of Norse neo-pagans? That's what one would think.
Maybe?
I don't think it specifically states.
I think they're dead.
What? No,
Doesn't really matter
figureheads. Oh, okay, which one are the figureheads? Oh, it's that one. God damn it.
Aha.
Oh, the cat's awake. I can hear him through the wall having a go at the letter tray.
Yours or mine?
So, it's sad that you have to ask that, but in this case, I think it's mine.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if George was making noise. George likes to make noise a lot.
It is. It's his favourite hobby.
Oh, down there. Down there!
That's right. It's only a war crime if there are witnesses.
Where this window frame is just like, how is there still dirt on this window frame? This is what I don't understand.
Excellent question. Okay, what else are we missing? A buttress and some barge boards. Okay, which barge board?
How is the window frame still? Aha!
Yay!
Yay! Right. What do we still need to do? We got buttresses, so there should be another. I had this one over here. Where's the dirt?
Did you just go find it?
Where's the dirt? Oh, this is the one I was cleaning and cleaning before and could not figure out where the hell was still dirty on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There apparently.
Okay. Pretty sure I cleaned that bit before, but if you say so. Alright, what we still got? Barge boards. You're doing that. Figurehead. Still another figurehead.
Well, I'm trying to do that, but I swear I've looked at all of them and they're clean.
It's this one. It's that one.
It's that one?
The one that the ladder's against.
Ah.
Yeah, it is. That one. No. The other ladder. Sorry, I didn't realize you had two ladders.
The other ladder.
Walls. Well, I missed an entire wall. Oopsie. Whoopsie.
Tiniest speck of dirt.
Oh, I got 2 for 1 there.
Well, that's the barge board. Well, there you go. So where are this figurehead's dirty still?
I don't know. I just know that is the one that's still dirty.
There it is.
Window.
It alphabet.
Last thing is a window.
One of the many windows.
Window. One of these. It's this one. Yay!
Hey!
Well, I think I'm probably gonna call it after we wash it
fair
down.
enough. We've got a text message. Clement Weather says, I know it doesn't sound too enticing, but any chance you could clean up my abandoned washroom? That's right. We have to clean up an abandoned washroom.
An abandoned washroom. I can barely contain my excitement.
Oh, it's absolutely filthy. You'll love it.
I can barely contain my excitement. But yes, I think probably gonna call it there because I did say tonight was gonna be a relatively short stream.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But if I'm not back before, we'll be back on this channel on Saturday for the White Bill, and before that, Bezek, you'll be on the Sultans.
Yes. So you will be doing white pills?
I will be doing White Pills, yes. I probably won't be on Sultans.
Well, that's understandable. It's going to be not only do you have stuff to actually do, but it's going to be a dark stream.
I feel like everybody's going to come tumbling in my chat at like 8 and just be like, Disco, please. Please give us some White Pills. So I'll be like, don't worry, Disco's got you.
Yes. But yes, for next time we do this, which is going to be, well, goodness knows, because this is just a cool, chill one when we're not doing anything else.
Yes, I actually quite enjoy these. Like, I love the Factorio streams, and I love playing Factorio, but God, sometimes they make my head hurt.
Yeah, it's nice to stream and not think sometimes.
Yeah. And it's easier to chat over these, just
Indeed.
chill games. Do you know, Viri sent me the other day, she sent me a link to, I think it was Lawnmower Simulator, and she was like, oh my god, for when the power washing's done. But unfortunately, it doesn't have a co-op mode, which makes me really sad, because cooperative lawn mowing sounded just about as relaxing as power washing.
Yeah, I've got an idea for something that might be slightly less relaxing, but still relevant. Visceral cleanup detail.
You mentioned that a few times. Maybe. But the grass
like
cutting one
like
looked like as kind of OCD as the as this.
It is. I had a bit of a play of it, and yeah, it's definitely like that. But unlike this, it's much droller.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. So have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night, chat.
And we'll
Goodbye,
see
everyone.
you soon. Bye.
Bye.